The legendary Simple Rosa. One of the true bottom 3 characters, in my opinion, that are truly just, you shouldn't use them. Yeah, Muffle loves to use her. So let's see how this one goes. Good lob there, and Stellar trying to hard rush, which honestly against Rosa, pretty respectable, but Rosa was able to get a lob over his head and punish in the end. The other two, Comic and, what's the other one? Waluigi. Solid lunge forces there, but gets a little too greedy, and MFL secures a second point here. Those are the only 3 characters I believe are truly should not be played in this mode in any capacity ever. Although, there's others that are pretty damn close, like Dry Bowser. I feel like there's one other that's like right on that borderline. Realistically, I don't think low tiers should be played either, but those are the true bottom tiers. Solid back and forth, good secure from Stellar, evens us back up at 30-30. I think Stellar just needs to rein in his aggression a little bit. Rosa can't aggress on him, and he can aggress on her without really putting too much effort in. At the same time, there's definitely situations where you can move up and finish, but... Hooky, yeah. Decides to catch the bounce, interesting. I'm actually fine with that. That was a little different, but I'll accept it. Being able to catch the first bounce and going for the second is a unique thing, but it's not necessarily terrible. In the end, though, MFL secures the point, brings us to deuce in this here first game. Great slice. Rosa just can't deal with that. Rosa can't even really deal with the Diddy volley pressure, which is pretty low as far as volley characters go. Solid lob, though. That's one thing Rosa can do. She can lob, because lob is a pretty universal mechanic. Sure, there's slightly better angles, but the angles rarely matter, so lob's a universal mechanic. So if you can't do anything, lob could be your best friend. Now, Rosa's a bad character in standard mode as well, but at the very least, Rosa has snowball potential in that mode off of overcharging shots and just blowing people away. She has nothing like that in Simple. She can't even get knockback. Only very specific gimmick characters can have knockback at all outside of Star Flats. And Star Flats are not where her knockback comes from, it's her topspin. So her functionality in this mode is close to 0, but it is what it is. She just kind of floats around, kind of hits the ball, generally should lose the point. And that is what we are seeing so far, as Stellar is up 1-0 overall and secures his first point in the second game. At the very least, she is floaty, but floaty is not going to mean a whole lot when, even if you get charged, your shots aren't all that impressive. Interesting. I'm actually okay with that middle because he was in such a panicked position. I actually think he allowed him to cover a little more in a weird way. Nice shot. 40-0 lead for Stellar. Stellar running away with this one a little bit. I don't know how much Rosa can do as long as you know what you're doing against Rosa in this matchup. Oh, a single tap topspin from Rosa forcing a lunge, though. That is her best shot right there, outside of a lob. Her double tap topspin is actually an exceptional shot. But getting a situation where you can really do anything with it is pretty hard, and it's not like exceptional, it's like exceptional, you know? It's good, pretty damn good even. It's even great maybe, but it's not quite a character-defining thing that can make her viable here. The drop. Interesting. I think you could have snuck a slice by, but at the same time, maybe you couldn't because your slice curves into the court for some reason. Finishing with Rosa seems like absolute misery. Yet he's able to find a point there. Regardless, Stellar now leads 2-0 overall, so that was the first point of this third game. Interesting lob, should not do too much, but it should give you an advantage state. You back off with it, fair enough. I think you could have got another slice and it maybe actually pressured Diddy from the corner there, but eh. Okay. That was interesting. I don't hate it in that situation. That's going to secure a point for MFL. 30-0 lead. Can MFL get himself on the board here? Rough lunge, but Rosa can actually save that one. Stays in this point. Lob, rough lunge there. Nice top spin. Blows by Rosa. No real chance. Yeah, I agree, Hookie. That's what I was saying at the very beginning. Stellar absolutely does not need to aggress as hard as he's trying to against Rosa, and it's allowing Rosa to have some amount of a game plan. That is the biggest issue he's having currently. Still up overall and not doing terrible, but in this game, Rosa's getting a little bit of lead. Nice secure from Stellar, though. Maybe Stellar can bring this one back and prevent MFL from getting on the board. The top spins can do it, but not quite enough. The speed is there, the angle's not fully. I don't know how Rosa was supposed to finish that, if she even could, but Stellar controls it nicely with Diddy's big range, controls the point, and secures it in the end. Very nice. This, okay, drop. That'll work. Okay, that'll work.
Break point.
Nice secure. Stellar now in the lead after MFL had a very dominating start to this game. MFL not willing to give this one up that easily, gives himself back to deuce at least, but still needs at least 2 more. Back to even, which means the advantage he accrued is gone in this one. He would probably want to, he needs to get this one, I would even say. Ooh, the star flat, Stellar just not ready for it, does not react on it, and Rosa secures a point there. Solid top spin. Nice catches. Diddy's forehand doing work there. Rough lunge. Stellar brings us back to even deuce in this here third game. MFL trying to just use the top spins, which I think is actually his best option. He can slice for neutral, just hope Diddy can't punish him too much. The lobs are good because Stellar's pushing up, and then you just kind of top spin if you ever get a little bit of charge. It's not good, but it's the best Rosa's going to produce. And it's at least not terrible. You can definitely trip people up with it occasionally. Stellar just moving too far up, though. That is really the big issue he's having. Interesting. Okay, that'll work. That will work. I like the secure there. We'll move over to MFL's view for a little bit. Get that Rosa point of view. Very, very rare sight indeed. Rough early lunge here, but not a very good secure, and Rosa takes the point. Not sure if a topspin would have been guaranteed there, to be honest. I think it would have forced a lunge. I would have liked to see the single tap topspin, but that's okay. I'm not 100% on it, so it's fine. Solid slice. Ooh, little latency spike there might have mattered. That stutter may have mattered. Not actually sure. I think Diddy would have lunged regardless. MFL actually getting a bit of a rhythm in this matchup. Stellar does not seem like he has all that much experience dealing with Rosa, which I mean, how are you supposed to have experience versus Rosa in simple?
15-20.
MFL getting some nice points here, some nice secures. Interesting drop. I'm curious on why that one happened, but yeah, that's going to end in a point for Stellar. It absolutely should. Good play by Stellar to punish that. That was just a weird option. Curious if he was trying to lob maybe, or if that was intentional. Some kind of mix-up I can't see. Interesting. Oh, nice. Stellar brings us back to deuce again. Stellar definitely not letting MFL take these early leads and running with them and run with them. Securing some nice points whenever MFL gets to his game point. Ooh, that was a good slice. That was cute. That was cute.
Game point.
Star flat would have been faster, but I mean Rosa was out of position enough to where it's fine. It'll work. Ooh, Rosa catches those. Rosa catches those. Not quite enough to make much happen, though. That's a low shot. That should be an easy punish. Good work by Stellar there. Even if MFL lobbed, he would have been able to catch the reset. But it was like a high enough pressure situation that it is actually hard to even react to get that lob off. So excellent play from Stellar there on that punish. That's really the only time he should be moving up that far, and he did it very nicely. That was a nice secure overall. Nice, simple, standard neutral. Gets the point in the end. Yeah. Ooh, gets the level 2 with that little charge. Very nice. I wouldn't have expected that to level 2, but it absolutely did. So great option. Absolutely wonderful option. Rosa's single tap topspins are such a non-threat that I think there's actually some merit to doing these topspin battles. It's actually kind of just breaking Rosa. Rosa can't get back onto the court enough, and her topspin threatens so little that Diddy can easily cover any option she even thinks of. Ooh, I don't think MFL needed to lunge there, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Don't think he needed to. Regardless, that will secure Stellar his 4th game. 4-1 lead. Mfl has had 2 strong starts in a row, one of them ending his win, but both times Stellar's come back, and then the second one, Stellar even takes the game in the end. Definitely feels like Stellar is back in charge to me. Solid shot there. Ooh, the outside serve actually causes a lunge and secures the point. It's a cheeky little thing. It has real merit, as stupid as it is. It will just catch people sometimes. But Mfl sneaks a slice by him, so gets himself on the board for this one. Let's see if he can do the same thing Stellar's been doing and bring back a game from 40-0. Not looking great for him, but he should be able to catch that, stay in this point. Yeah, he's still alive. That one's not going to be savable, though. Stellar goes for the nice smash to finish it off. 5-1 lead for Stellar. Can Mfl find himself another game? Let us see. Get himself back in this one. Nice catch. Some weak topspin battles going on. That angle is just so unimpressive from Rosa that there's really no threat. Unfortunate. That one actually, that was a little bit spicy. Like, it was a bad angle, but it was good enough compared to Rosa's other shots. I actually think it could have tripped up Stellar. I actually like the option. I think there is merit to using those single tap topspins every once in a while, because even though they're terrible, they're better than anything else she has, so they look... So, like, if someone's adjusted to your normal shots, they actually can move them pretty nicely. And you're seeing, I think it is Rosa's best angled shot, so he's starting to use them more and more, and I think that's a decent call, actually. Nice save. Gets a forced lunge there. Still in this one. Nice. That should secure... Not yet. Ooh, hits the topspin right into Diddy. Diddy can punish that for sure. Great secure by Stellar. Great punish on the fast shot from Mfl. Ooh, good single tap flat in the angle battle there. Good lob. Rosa not ready for that. Very nice. With Rosa's movement, it's a little easy to be able to read the movement sometimes and figure out exactly which 2 options she's covering on the 3-option star flats. So you can pretty often get a nice punish just because of how she moves. Can't really feign all 3 and still cover 2. Unfortunately. And that will put Stellar Refrain on match point over Mfl. This may be the last Rosa we see in this tournament. If Stellar can get 1 more point here for Mfl to get back in this, he needs a miracle, and it needs to start now. He's only down 1 point in this game. If he can secure 1, he will still be alive. Stellar allows him to recover there where I think it really should have been over, and Mfl gets back into this, not on match point anymore at the very least. But Stellar's still an extreme advantage. Just take the topspin, that's a secure, yes. There you go. That's what needed to be done last point, but it's okay. You've made up for it. You're back on match point. Finish this one off. Mfl catches the star flat, but still is in disadvantage of the drop. I think if you just star flatted away, you got that, but the drop was interesting. Maybe you're going for a lob. Mfl once again survives, though. Gets himself out. Can he find himself a few more points here? That's going to be a rough lunge. That's a rough lunge. Yeah, you can't survive that. Diddy's pressure is too strong there. You can't actually recover. There was no possible chance there. Let's see. Once again, Stellar on match point. Rosa will lunge the ball out of bounds, and that will be it. A very fitting Rosa end to a match right there.